Cal?
Over here.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy!
Halloweentown II is a 2001 Avengers Endgame prequel. Set 3 years after the original movie, Marnie and gang host a party on Halloween night. Unfortunately, Kalabar's son infiltrates her house, steals the family spellbook, and wreaks havoc on the magical world. It's up to the Cromwell clan to set things right.
As the second film in this iconic quadrilogy, it's a big improvement from a filmmaking perspective. Better visual effects, a more proactive villain, and a story with actual direction. Let's jump straight into this.
Marnie surfs the web when all of a sudden a freaking head materializes out of her wall then disappears. Meanwhile, the Cromwells host a Halloween party which shows us hashtag character development with the mom.
Marnie comes downstairs and meets Hot Topic reject Cal. Due to his e-boy status, Marnie instantly falls for Cal. She shows him her grandmother's secret vapor room. As she's distracted with dumping exposition, Cal steals the family spellbook and heads back to the magical world.
Aggie's powers begin to fade. Marnie's mother, Gwen, goes on a date with Cal's Frogger. Father. Marnie and gang travel to a monochrome Diagon Alley. It's the post-apocalyptic version of Halloweentown.
The Cromwells investigate until, well...
Very good, Aggie. You're keeping up nicely.
You cast this spell on Halloweentown?
Just the way it was written in Aggie's little spell book.
It's truly a sight to behold. It turns out he's the cursed child of Kalabar Sr.
Wait, who's his mother?
Dunno. Cal Jr. seeks to avenge his father's death. His plan is to enslave the Muggles and turn them into monsters. He blocks Arshiro's portal to the Muggle world. She finds Luke the Goblin in town and enlists his help.
They take an Uber cab to Aggie's house because Aggie thinks she left a duplicate spellbook there. Once they're at the crib, they spend like 5 minutes wrecking this perfectly good set. Luke, being the depressed skater boy he is, just stands around.
Grandma, we can't just give up. Something to get us out of this trap. A spell or...
Oh hey, look, Luke's not depressed anymore. Gwen and Cal Jr.'s fake dad are on a date, right? They go to the school's Halloween party, as one does for their first date. Sophie and Dylan tell their mom not to go on the date because Cal's dad failed his vibe check. But just like in Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, the mom doesn't believe her kids.
Meanwhile, Marnie and gang head into the woods and meet this shady-looking guy named Gort. He's the owner of this interdimensional house for lost items, including the duplicate spellbook. Apparently, all items in the universe that are deemed lost end up teleporting to his dusty basement.
The gang searches the sexiest man of the year small stack, but the monochrome spell hits Aggie. They're locked on the inside. Cal Jr. pulls that Cirrus Fire message thing from Goblet of Fire.
This is more than a date. This is our future together.
And it doesn't include you.
Sophie reads a book on golems. She deduces that Cal's dad is one of those creatures. Dylan and Sophie agree to intercept their mother's date.
Marnie and Luke figure out a time travel spell. Marnie and Luke travel 5 minutes back. No help. They travel back to the Stone Age. They travel back to the present. The cursed boy boasts at Marnie.
Nobody cares about the Code of Merlin anymore, Marnie. You need an update.
Cal ditches Marnie again. Like, bro, stop popping in if you're not gonna stay. Marnie travels back to 50 years before 2001. You'd think with lost items this place would be filled to the brim.
Sophie and Dylan ride their Fireball 3000 to the party. They make it to the dance in time.
Alex?
Oh, that's not normal.
Furious, the mom jinxes him to a squad of frogs.
We get more time of them not finding that book. Yeah, a downside with this movie is that literally half the running time is shot in this basement. They soon figure out a solution. When they say a word backwards, like Trappa, they reverse the effects of the spell.
They proceed to torture Gort by transforming between monochrome and vivid states.
Why don't we just use my timeline? Some wizard must have lost it. Come on, keep it in the closet.
Conveniently, Gord opens his wardrobe. It so happens to have a literal time stream. Like, this dude has a portal to the time-space continuum. It would have been useful if you opened that earlier, dude.
Marnie takes out her pen and enlarges it to a Nimbus 2000.
Marnie and Luke race to another time.
Edgelord Cal chills on a support beam and examines his spellbook. The crowd counts down to midnight for a whole minute, by the way. Like, huh?
Marnie and Luke make it back to the present. She reverses the monochrome spell. They summon the portal to the Muggle world, but it's too late. Cal turns everyone into costumes Party City wishes they had.
But not all hope is lost. Through some funky kaleidoscope effects, Marnie, Luke, Aggie, Dylan, and Sophie recite poetry with a bond so powerful they open a permanent link between worlds. Cal yells, "No! That's impossible!" And he finally confronts Marnie. She's like, "Dude, you don't have to be like your father." "Yes, I do." "Well, he sucks anyways."
So, what's Cal's final challenge? A duel to the death? Nope. He presents Marnie with 2 family spellbooks. Pick the right one, or else everyone's toast. Marnie activates creative mode and takes both books.
Cal disintegrates to the bad place. Everyone turns back to normal. The family heads back to Halloweentown and reverses the gray spell.
Halloweentown II is the best in the quadrilogy, but only by a slight margin.
The first movie was a masterpiece. How was number 2 better?
Well, it's complicated. Number 2 has a tighter story, better visual effects, and a more proactive villain. But comparing it to other DCOMs, like the Scream Team or Don't Look Under the Bed, yeah, in terms of raw entertainment value, those 2 films blow Spookytown 2 out of the water. The cinematography was slightly more creative. I liked a few of the crane shots, and then there was the broomstick part. I thought that was well done. The acting has improved quite a bit. Marnie and her siblings feel more natural for their roles. In terms of structure, they introduce the threat right away, and he's a legitimate presence throughout the picture.
Even though his presence is his face popping in and out of walls, SpongeBob style.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy must get autographed!
I like the story ideas, like the House of Lost Items and the spell reversal thing.
Unfortunately, half of this film is in suspended animation. It's either a dusty basement or a normal house. It lacks that X factor from its predecessor.
In terms of themes, it has family, identity, and love. The Cromwells, unbroken by their familial bond, defy all space and time. Literally. And Cal, who is never loved by his dad,
He's a little bit better than his father, especially a better fashion sense.
he got the same bad habit of not defending himself right before his demise.
Yeah, this movie sucks balls, dude. It was slow, not that entertaining, and any boy that looks like Cal, I instantly dislike.
Still, Halloweentown 2 is the best in the series. Since we're already on a roll, let's briefly discuss the later 2 movies.
One of which should not exist and does not exist.
Halloweentown High is a 2004 Hogwarts documentary. It's about Marnie bringing her magical friends to an American high school while fighting against the Old Night Order. It feels the least like a Halloween movie. It's a normal high school drama that just so happens to have spooky creatures. Hogwarts was too expensive, I guess.
No, I think they were busy shooting Prisoner of Azkaban. For once, Marnie hooks up with a Muggle boyfriend, cause Luke ain't here for whatever reason. He's never mentioned, which makes me sad. I like Luke. Kalabar is never brought up either. They never use the Trappa spell for whatever reason.
Okay, I probably deserve that. Hello? Little help? Trappa.
They forget, like, everything from the first 2 movies, because the movie had none of the previous writers. Oh, Ryan and Kelsey from High School Musical are here.
Halloweentown 3 is the epitome of average writing, average shot composition. It just doesn't stand out. My brain has seen too many better DCOMs. Oh, and it has a lamer climax, where the villain is in a mirror, and then the mother and the grandmother get him out of the mirror, and then they suck out his life force. That's a running sin with this series. I give it 2.5 trolls out of 5.
Incorrect!
Alright, so what's your actual score?
This movie is poetic cinema squared. I give it a 3.1 because it's an average movie, but I give it that 0.1 for this movie has a special place in my heart. Just a 3.1. And you know what, Halloweentown, you should be happy.
All right, let's go to the fourth movie.
Return to Halloweentown is a 2006 Hogwarts disaster film that doesn't deserve to exist. It's about Marnie going to which university? Ooh! She defeats the bad guy and hooks up with Ryan Evans. Halloweentown IV is garbage, and here's why.
According to Kimberly J. Brown, Marnie's original actress, the crew of this film didn't even ask her to return.
I was available and ready to do it, but Disney decided to go in a different direction and recast the role. So that's really all I know about the situation.
But they got the mother and brother back.
See, the new actress does a pretty good job with what she's given, but I mean, oh my god, the script is so bad.
I want to dig deep and find out who I am.
With all that power comes responsibility, Marnie.
You stole that from Spider-Man.
Even if Brown reprised her role, she couldn't salvage this disaster.
The writing sucks,
Dull, and lacks any charm. The cinematography is slightly more creative, and you see more dynamic angles during the broomstick sequences. Wow, those graphics are so bad. And then there's the lighting. Wow, the lighting bugs me so much. In the other movies, the lighting actually matched the tone of each film. This movie, however, is so artificial and so blown out with whites, it feels like a cheap ABC show rather than an actual movie. The villains suck overtime. They have no charm. I mean, the title itself is a disaster.
Yeah, what the heck? You've returned twice. This film doesn't deserve to exist.
Oh, I forgot. We gotta finish our review for the second movie. So Sammy, what's your rating for Halloweentown 2?
I give Halloweentown 2 a 2.4. Well, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So it gets a 2.4. Not a 2, because Gore is my North Star. So that's why I give it a 2.4.
I give it 3 stars out of 5. Thanks for watching. Special thanks go to my sister Sammy for helping me make this video.
Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And have a spooky Halloween. See you on the next episode of Lover of Green TV. I probably won't be here. I'll probably be busy on Google looking up pictures of Gort.